Gentlemen, welcome to Australia. You've got a few nerds angry that you're launching the film here, haven't you?
Not Australian nerds.
No.
No, Australian nerds are very happy.
I'm really happy.
I'm
really happy that we got a chance to come to Sydney. I've never been here before.
I did notice when we saw the film, though, just getting back to the nerds thing very, very quickly, that you had stuff in the film that are quite obvious references to Star Trek, and nerds just sort of go, you hear that laugh and you just go,
there is a tribble in the film.
Yeah, and then I thought, you dirty, stinking nerds. And then later on I did a little bit of, and I went, oh, now I am one of them, one of those nerds. Are you guys big fans of it? Are you, not sycophantic, but are you big fans of the Star Trek films?
I think we are now. I mean, we both grew up in the Star Wars sort of generation in the late 70s, early 80s, and that was certainly my more solid frame of reference as a kid. But now that I've immersed myself in this world, I have a real value, a real respect for what it is, and for sort of the vision that Gene Roddenberry executed at a time when people weren't really executing those kinds of visions.
Yeah, I think what is cool about it is that J.J., like us, was more of a Star Wars kind of guy. The people that involved, it's J.J. and Alex Kurtzman and Bob Orsi wrote it, and then Damon Lindelof, who's from Lost, is one of the producers. And you have a good kind of broad spectrum of people that weren't fans, that were fans, people that will protect all that little minutia that the fans will be, and hawing about, and then a fresh, new perspective from a guy that, isn't not worrying about protecting everything in the canon or whatever. So I think it's a good broad spectrum of perspectives.
I mean, both of you iconic roles. Were you nervous about how the full-on fans are going to react to your performances?
I was definitely surprised by the level of like protectiveness that the community has over what they call canon. But I think what's great about it is that I think there's enough of that minutia in there, enough of protecting the legacy to appeal to the diehard fans, and enough of new stuff, and enough of just a new a new perspective that non-fans I think will appreciate.
Look, because I guess what you don't want to do is exclude people that, for someone like me, who's actually never seen any other Star Trek before, you should be able to, as a girlfriend, be dragged to the cinema by your boyfriend who is a fan and still enjoy it.
Right.
Why don't you have a microphone?
That's a good question, and I forgot that you didn't have.
Yeah, we have asked that question. It's all right.
Can we get on that?
No, it's all good.
Okay.
It's all good.
Please,
We've got it. We've got it
as long
down
as you
pat.
share.
I'll just go.
The guys are
There
sharing.
you
We
go.
should be generous. Yeah, I think there's a real, I think that one of my favorite things, having seen the movie about it, as objective as I can be, is that it really goes in a lot of different directions. I think there's a tremendous sense of levity and humor in the movie, and I think that sort of makes the heart of it pay off a little bit more, and it's fun for me to know those little things. I mean, like the tribble, like there is a tribble in the movie. Like there are things that anybody that has been a long-time diehard fan of the franchise will immediately identify with and recognize, and I think that was really intentional and really smart, and fun too. So I think there's all of that going for it.
Let's talk eyebrows.
Why is everybody looking at me?
Well, you've got a killer set of eyebrows anyway, and I must say, while watching the movie, I was thinking, now, what have they done there? Have they shaved, or have they covered, or what have they done?
They shaved. I mean, there's no real way around it, unfortunately, with the sort of clarity of the technology that's used in filming movies these days. You can't really, if we're making this movie in 1950, I would have had wax over them, and
Theater makeup.
right, like Ben Nye Central or something. But no, it was a commitment I had to make, and obviously one I was willing to. But it was not easy, and it was painful, and it was tedious, and it had to be kept up every day, and it was 6 months.
Then how 6 months?
6 months, yeah.
So what about when you're going out and people were going, hey?
I had happened to buy a pair of glasses before I did the movie that were really sort of thick-framed 60s style black glasses that happened to fall right over my eyebrows, and I never left the house without them in that time.
It perfectly covered them.
Although, yeah, it really did perfectly cover them. Although there's this really funny interview online somewhere that I gave for my, I went back to my college, and they interviewed me on camera to for the archives or something, and somehow it turned up online, and it's literally me. No explanation. Anybody that didn't know what was going on would be like, what? Because I had I had these little things, and I wasn't wearing my glasses that day, and I was just talking, but I was like, well, my teacher was so instrumental in my understanding of, and literally not fun.
Well, people must find you if they're not separating you from the actor from your role in Hero as a particularly creepy person to encounter in the street anyway, I would take.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Brain eater. He's a brain eater.
Chris, you've gone from
the show. It was established in season 3. Okay.
My bad.
Obviously, the two characters have a great rapport outside of the film too. Chris, you also you're playing the part of a hero now in Smoking Aces. You're a villain to the major roles you've done. Did you have to come at it a little bit differently, putting yourself in the good guy's shoes?
Well, I think it was totally different because in Smoking Aces, I shaved my head. I had this like tuft of hair in the back. I had these extensions. I had a full beard. I had cracked teeth and tattoos and.
You were a mess.
I was just a mess.
Yeah.
But
sorry, it's Australia. You can say that here.
You can
say anything you like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you really?
Say yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, we're Australian.
I don't usually, but
No.
can.
Good for you. That's
Yeah.
you're a class act. I'm stunned.
You're a class act. You're the one that started it.
No, I said she's classy.
Oh, she. I thought you were talking to them.
God
Sorry.
damn it.
Did you say I was classy?
Classy.
Guys, come on, we're not on
Classy.
the prize.
Okay, anyway. But I found it much easier to kind of hide behind all that fun, to be a mess and not have to go through, an hour of whatever makeup in the morning and just to be able to hide behind that. And I think what was interesting about Kirk, and in fact, strangely, I found that it was harder just because it's way more of me that I was, that I have to show. It's like I'm not hiding behind much of anything. So it was harder, but more challenging, but I think actually more gratifying in the end.
So you're saying you're a bit like James T. Kirk, is that what you're saying?
24/7 James T. Kirk, yeah.
I think I read somewhere that the idea of taking on a film or a role that was part of a film worth, $150 million, that you found that quite daunting. Is that true? And what about it? What's daunting about that?
I think anyone faced with the prospect of, it's a big budget film. There's a lot of money behind it. There's a lot of pressure to do well. So yeah, on top of the amount of responsibility and pressure you put on yourself as an artist or as an actor. But what was great about JJ is given all of that built-in pressure, there was not ever a moment on set that I felt, encumbered by living up to the expectations of the fans or the studio.
Or the size of the sort of investment that was behind it financially or otherwise.
It's not your money, is it?
Actually.
$1.25.
But it really is. I mean, I think it bears repeating. I mean, JJ really created an environment that was about him and his relationship with the actors and what was happening in that moment in the world of the movie. And I think that is something that was enormously helpful and enormously rewarding as we sort of went through the process.
I mean, did he do things to get, obviously, the relationship between the two characters is very important for Star Trek. Was there anything that he made you go and do? To go give you $10 and go to Walmart and buy something together? And
no, it was. I think that's one of the hardest things about acting is like if you have to have a strong relationship with someone. If you don't have it, it's hard to just make that up on the spot. And thank God, we just have a natural affinity for one another.
Rock climbing or
we did a lot of rock climbing.
Did you do that thing where one of you
a lot of ballroom dancing,
trust falls?
Trust exercise. Yeah, it's okay, Zach. Just fall into my arms. Good. No.
Gosh, can I just get back to the budget of the film's $150 million, and America has been hit extremely hard by recent financial times, and that's evident in the fact. Well, it's evident with you guys. Well, no, I'm serious. You don't have
this film. You could have saved General Motors.
yeah, I don't have socks. Not wearing socks. I'm not wearing underwear.
Well, you don't have socks, and Zach, you don't have laces.
It's true. I don't have laces.
So, is that the world financial crisis? Is this what we're seeing? Is this the ripple effect that we've heard?
I think that's the creative vision of Martin Margiela. Actually, why I don't have laces in my shoes, but we can talk to him about that.
I presume he's the designer who made the shoes. Thank you. Yes, I'm from Australia. I've got a pair of Nikes on, so I'm pretty much f***ing king around here. I've got Air Max, and people are impressed because I show people that I have air in my shoe, and they go, "My God, he is some sort of king child."
Kate, over to you.
I don't know. Well, how long are you here for, and what else are you going to be up to apart from talking about
3
the film?
days, I think.
Yeah,
then we go to Melbourne and then Auckland.
We go to Melbourne? No, we go right to
No,
Auckland.
we just go to Auckland. Sorry.
We
in
we
Melbourne.
have the premiere tonight, and then we do another day of press tomorrow. We leave tomorrow night to go to Auckland. Yeah.
And the opening is at the Opera House.
Yeah.
I heard that it was about trying to have the premiere at an iconic
Right.
building.
I think
guess
so.
you can't get much.
You
more
can't get much more
than
iconic
that.
than the Opera House, and to have us be the first movie ever to premiere in the concert hall is really, really an honor.
Did they tell you that?
Yeah.
They had High School Musical 3 there 3 weeks ago.
My brother's 20. My brother's 21st was held there.
bastard.
I gotta
How
get out of
many,
here.
how many more films would you guys like to do?
Well, we are definitely doing another one now. The announcement was made in the States last week before we took off. They're in the process of writing it. Bob and Alex are writing the second one with Damon Lindelof this time. Although Damon was instrumental in the story of the first one. So, yeah. So we know that, and then we signed on for 3 movies when we did this one as optional pictures, so they could do them or not. So. I don't know. I mean, as long as they're good, and I can't imagine that they won't be with this creative team behind them, it's a great experience, you know, and great, honestly, genuine, authentic, talented people to work with. So I feel like as long as that remains the case, let's do it.
Right on.
Let's
I
do
second
it.
that.
Let's make another one.
Yeah.
Cool.
fuck,
Do you guys
why
want to be in
not?
it?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
You gotta-
I'll
you-
play the part of a Klingon prostitute.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right, all
Because
right.
they've been lacking in the films.
They
I've
have
gotta
been
say.
lacking in the films. It's
No
true.
reflection on you guys. It's just something that JJ should address. But
Yeah, Klingon prostitutes.
yeah, guys, an absolute pleasure.
You too, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank
Good
you.
on, nice to meet you.
Enjoy our country.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Cheers. Enjoy our prostitutes too. Thank you.
Congratulations.
I hope that happens.
Thanks, you guys.
Yeah.